So coming for today's video, we are going to go for calculation of sacrificing ratio under case 2. Observe the heading. When the old ratio and the new ratio are given, how we are going to calculate the sacrificing ratio. So observing towards a question, illustration 5. Ganesh and Girish are partners sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 3:2. They admit Mahesh into the partnership. The new profit sharing ratio is 4:3:3. Calculate the sacrifice ratio of Ganesh and Girish. So first thing which we have to do is we have to take up the important things which we need to concentrate for the calculation. The old ratio is 3:2. So I have underlined it. Then the new partner is Mahesh and the new profit sharing ratio is 4:3:3. So I have underlined this, and they have asked us to calculate sacrifice ratio of Ganesh and Girish. So let us start up with the solution now. Solution number 5. Is equals to, we are going to take up the formula now. Sacrifice share is equals to old share minus the new share. Just observe the formula. Sacrifice share is equals to old share minus new share. So the next step, share sacrificed by Ganesh and then share sacrificed by Girish. We are going to use a formula and go for the calculation. Old share. What is the old share given in the question here? 3:2. So 3:2. The total is 5. So I'm going to take, for Ganesh it is 3/5 and for Girish it is 2/5. So here it is minus value given. So I'm just going to write minus. What is the new share? New share of the partner. See, I've given 4:3:3. We have to take it in the order as per the partners. First is for Ganesh, second is for Girish, and third is for Mahesh. So concentrating on the first two partners, 4:3. But the total of this we have to take all together. 4 plus 3 plus 3 is 10. So we are going to take 4/10 and 3/10 for the old partners. Ganesh is 4/10 and Girish is 3/10. Just observe 5 and 10 denominations are not equal because we are going to go for subtraction. We have to concentrate on the denominations now. So 5 and 10 LCM gives us 10 only. So we need to find out 5 2s are 10, take to the power of 10 1s are 10 to the power of. Similarly, copy down the same. 5 2s are 10 1s are. So I have done this part. Now let us go for the calculation. Next step. 3 2s are 6 minus 4 1s are 4. So we get 2/10. Then 2 2s are 4 minus 3 1s are 3. So we get 1/10 as a answer. Now just observe 2/10 and 1/10. Therefore the next step is sacrifice ratio is equals to 2 by 10 is to 1 by 10. So as the denominations are same, I can make it to a shorter. It is 2 is to 1. So the sacrifice ratio of Ganesh and Girish is 2 is to 1. Just observe the calculation, complete calculation. See, the sacrifice ratio is always only for the old partners what they have sacrificed, so we need not concentrate, or let us not consider about why this is not taken in case of a new partner. Clear? Coming for case 3, when old ratio and share of new partner is given with the remaining share agreed by the old partners to be shared. So here 3 things are going to be noted down by us for calculation of sacrifice ratio. So let us see how the question is going to be. Now coming for the question illustration 10, let us read the question. Ricky and Vicky are partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 7 is to 5. They admit Mickey into the partnership and give him 1/4 share. Ricky and Vicky agree to share the remaining share in the ratio of 2 is to 1. Calculate sacrifice ratio. Just observe this clearly comparing to the previous question, previous case. A small difference in this. The main thing first, we need to search for new profit sharing ratio and the old ratio. So old ratio and new profit sharing ratio is required for calculation of sacrifice ratio. Yes. But in this question, we have the old ratio, but instead of new profit sharing ratio, they have given the share given to the new partner and the remaining share which was agreed by the old partners to share among themselves is 2 is to 1. So let us see how this is going to be calculated by us. First step, we have a working note called as to find out the remaining share, because they have given they agree to share the remaining share. We need to find out the remaining share now. First step. Then we have to calculate new profit sharing ratio, and then we are going to find out the sacrifice ratio. Now let us move on to the calculation of remaining share. How to find out? So going for the solution, first calculation which we want is remaining share, right? So for this we have to see what is the share given to Mickey. So Mickey's share, what is the share given to Mickey? The question it is 1/4. So using this, we need to find out what is the remaining share. So therefore, remaining share is equal. So I guess we know this because we have done this in the previous chapter. How to find out the remaining, because we're going to use a base as 1. With an example I have thought, I guess you people can recall it. Suppose I have 4 chocolate and I've given 1 chocolate to Mickey. What will be the balance with me out of 4? 3/4. So 1 is a base taken up, minus 1/4 gives me 3/4. So let me write it neatly. 3/4. Always a simple calculation. If not, you have to go with the LCM calculation. So it's better 1 minus 1/4. We just take a simple calculation from 4. If 1 has been given, so remaining is 3 out of 4. So the remaining share is 3/4. So we have found the first step of calculation. Next we are going to go for new profit sharing ratio. Now coming for new profit sharing ratio, the formula which we are going to use is agreed share into remaining share. So we have to observe towards a question, what is the share agreed by them? That is in the form of ratio 2:1. This is the agreed share by the old partners, and the remaining share which we found is 3/4. So this you have to keep it in your mind. So agreed is 2:1 and remaining is 3/4. So now we are going to go for the next step, that is finding out the new share of Ricky and new share of Vicky. What is agreed share? I said 2:1 in the sense 2/3 and 1/3. So 2/3 and 1/3. The total is 3. That is 2:1, which gives us 3 as a total. So 2/3 and 1/3. And then we have a product symbol. So what is the remaining share? As I said, it is 3/4. So for both we are going to take the same, no changes. 3/4. 3/4. Now just observe, the agreed share is 2/3 and 1/3. Next, 3/4 is the remaining share. For both there is no changes. Now as there is a product symbol, always we have to go for the direct calculation. So now let us go for the calculation. The 3s are 6, 3 4s are 12, 3 1s are 3, 3 4s are 12. And just observe, we get the new share of Ricky and Vicky as 6/12 and 3/12. So this step we have completed, which is required for the calculation of sacrifice ratio. And just observe, the denominations are same, so there is no further step of calculation. Now coming for the third calculation of sacrifice share, the formula is old share minus new share I have written, and the share sacrificed by Ricky, then Vicky, is going to be done by us now. So let us see how it is. The old share, observing towards a question. What is the old share given? 7:5. What is the total of this? 7 plus 5 gives us 12. So 7/12 and 5/12. This is the step which we are going to take. 7/12, 5/12. So then we have the minus sign. I'm just going to bring it down. Next, new share. Moving towards the next part, which we have already calculated the new share of Ricky and Vicky. 6/12 and 3/12. We are going to take that now. 6/12 and 3/12. Now just observe. Could you all see that the denominations here, as I said, when plus or minus is there, we have to observe the denominations. Your denominations are same, there is no changes, so we need not go for the LCM calculation further. We can go only for the calculation of the numerators. 7 minus 6 gives us 1 directly, so 1/12. Then 5 minus 3 gives us 2, 2/12. So the sacrifice ratio, just going to write it, therefore sacrifice ratio is equals to 1/12 is to 2/12, which gives us 1:2. So the sacrifice ratio is 1:2. Just observe once again the calculation of sacrifice share, old share minus new share, and the concerned partners. So we get the sacrifice ratio as 1:2. So all these are for 6 marks. So based on this illustration examples, you can try with different exercise questions. Now coming for the next question, illustration 1. This is with a different case, the next case, but still I doesn't want to write the heading and confuse you people. Just by observing the question, we can make the difference. In this case, they would have given you only the old ratio and the share of the new partner. Just observe the question. A and B are partners sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 4:2. They admit C into the partnership and give him 1/6 share. Calculate the sacrifice ratio. If only with the limited information, if they've asked us to prepare or calculate sacrifice ratio, very simple, need not think a lot or don't get confused. Just take up the old share and write as the answer 4:2. This is going to be the share sacrificed by the old partners. So when there is no further information given, we are going to only take the same old share as a sacrificed share. So this type of questions are sure to appear for 1 mark as objective type. So be very clear with this type of cases. Next, moving on to the next illustration 2. Observe the question. X and Y are partners sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 2:1. They admit Z into the partnership and offer him 1/4 share, which he acquires in the proportion of 3/20 and 2/20 from X and Y. Calculate the sacrifice ratio. This is again the next case which we need to observe. Old ratio is given. The share of a new partner is given. But apart from this, the new partner is acquiring. He is getting a proportion of 3/20 and 2/20, which means this clearly tells that the old partners are giving him 3:2 ratio of their share. Observe clearly, which means they are sacrificing at the ratio of 3/20 and 2/20 to the new partner. So the answer is going to be 3/20 is to 2/20, which is equal to 3:2 because the denomination is same. So even if this type of question is given, just observe if they give that he acquires in the proportion of. So just take only the numerator and write it as a sacrifice ratio. This is sure to appear for 1 mark questions, objective types.